Yeah. Hey, let's bring in our next guest, another sponsor of the Buzz, Charles Scott from Future Prospects. Charles.
Check, how are you, man?
Gotcha. Okay, Charles, how's it going, buddy?
It's going really well, man. How are you
I
doing?
went over to your place, and it's impressive.
Well, thank you.
Now, can I just go over there just to hit whenever I want? I mean, I know I can, but can these people?
Well, absolutely. I mean, that's what we built it for. It's open to the general public, and we're trying to get as many people that are interested in baseball and softball to come by and utilize the facility.
Because baseball is huge in the Central Valley. I'm sure you know the numbers, but the prospects and the people that you're working, the prospects for the Major League draft in the Central Valley is huge from high school and college.
Right. Well, I mean, that's one of the things that attracted me to the Central Valley here was that when I was a Major League Scout, I used to come down here quite a bit, over to Fresno State, over to Fresno Junior College, and then a lot of the high schools in the area. There's a tremendous amount of great talent down in the Central Valley. So creating a baseball business that would help promote that was a no-brainer for me, So that's what really generally brought me down here.
Well, you cast out the line already. Let's talk about some of the things that you've done.
All right.
And well, first of all, what's that on your hand? What's that big gold thing?
Yeah, this is my entrance into most of the nightclubs around town. So
pass that over here. Let me see it. Not that I need it. I do pretty well on my own. But
right.
Let me see what your ring. This is an Arizona State.
It's an Arizona Diamondback 2001 World Series title ring. So it's a Major League World Series ring. Yes.
And you were working with the Diamondbacks at the time?
I was a West Coast supervisor for the Diamondbacks at the time. I did some advanced scouting throughout the course of the playoff series. And as an employee, we were recipients of such a wonderful token right there, that World Series.
A wonderful token? This thing's badass.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now, you also went to Arizona State, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Arizona State, in the time that a very, very good baseball player was going there, that ended up being the home run king.
Yeah, I was at Arizona State during a very, very wonderful time. We had some tremendous teams, played in the College World Series both my freshman and my sophomore year. And my freshman year, I roomed with a very famous, infamous ball player named Barry Bonds, a very close friend of mine who I'm still close with to this day.
You still talk to Barry a lot?
I was with him about a week ago at my facility, yeah.
I've been a lifelong Giants fan. Being the kid that cried when Willie Mays was traded,
right.
I gotta say that, and tell me if I'm wrong, but does Barry have a bad rap? Because because he's not a jerk, is he?
No,
he just doesn't like the media.
Yeah, well, I think you could find a number of athletes that don't get along well with the media. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where they catch you at the wrong moment and it gets blown up. You say the wrong thing at the wrong time and it gets blown up and it gets repeated over and over again, and then you kind of get this stigma around your reputation that you're a negative or a bad person. The truth be told, that Barry's a very generous person. He's a very good person. He loves kids, and he's been a tremendous influence in my children's lives. My son Tyler plays collegiate baseball at UCLA, and Barry has been a great mentor to him, a great friend of the family, and I think he's definitely gotten that rap of being maybe a hard to get along with type person, but for those of us that know him on a personal level, he's a wonderful person.
When you first saw him play in college, I mean, he's Bobby Bonds' son. There's no doubt this guy's good, right?
Right.
But then when you really see him play, how good was he?
Well, I mean, he's a tremendous player. There's no doubt. He had a tremendous skill set, and his work ethic, I think, is one thing that probably most people don't really truly realize just what he sacrificed and the amount of effort and time he put into becoming the player that he became. We have a training facility up in the Bay Area, and that's where he's been working out recently, training another Major League player, Dexter Fowler. And just sitting in on some of the workouts and some of the training that he's doing with Dexter, you can see the in-depth knowledge that this guy has about the game of baseball and how to essentially slow things down so that you can perform at that really, really high level where you have pitchers that are throwing, upwards of 100 miles an hour, and being able to slow that ball down and be consistent and be successful at that level. It's not an easy thing to do, and he is definitely a guy who has mastered that and done it to the best.
What do you mean slow the ball down?
Well, I think when you train properly and you have a a particular understanding of what you're trying to do at the plate. It's very similar to trying to catch a baseball. I mean, and that's one of the things that Barry emphasizes in his training. If I were to throw you a baseball at 80 or 90 miles an hour, for those of us that play baseball, that would be a very easy thing to do, would be to catch that ball. But if it's being thrown and you've got a baseball bat in your hand and yes, you'll have to hit it, somehow it speeds up and it becomes a lot more difficult. So he trains from an aspect of trying to catch the ball, as being as quiet and as simple and as direct as it would be to catch the ball. You use the same formula and the same principles to hitting it, and it's a tremendous thing to watch happen. I mean, it really does work. You just have to learn to train your mind to look at it from the same perspective. Because me to catch a 90-mile-an-hour fastball would not be a problem. I could catch it very easily with a glove. And hitting it is very, very similar. And I've been fortunate enough to sit around on some of these workouts and watch him implement that training method, and it's tremendous how it actually really works.
I've been in places all over the country, baseball, batting cages and stuff. This is so much higher of a level than anything that people have seen in Fresno before.
Yeah, I mean, I invested quite a bit of money into the facility. It's a state-of-the-art facility. I think once people come and actually view the facility, that it sells itself. I think what we do as professionals that work there is another added benefit to the local community. You're going to actually get an opportunity to play and train with guys that have played at a very high level. Not all of us have reached the major leagues, but we've all been very successful at the collegiate level, Division I, which is a major accomplishment in itself. And then having gone on and played at the pro ranks is another major accomplishment, one that the majority of the people that probably utilize our facility will never experience. But, with that being said, too, there's so many other things that you gain and you learn through athletics and mentoring and helping raise kids battle through adversity and learning how to communicate and learning how to interact with other teammates and things of that nature. There's just so many wonderful positive things that come through youth athletics, and I'm very, very proud and very happy to have a wonderful facility that can encompass a lot of that and help these kids, become better citizens.
I always feel sorry for the person that says baseball's boring.
Yeah.
Because they just don't know of all the things that are going on, and there is a lot of discipline involved in baseball. Your place just isn't batting cages, though.
No, it isn't.
There's other things. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, we're still in the process of developing the majority of our programs. Like I said, we have another training facility up in the Bay Area, which has basically everything. We do private individual lessons. We have camps and clinics that we provide to the youth and to the community. We have strength and conditioning training. We have our own youth private fall league. We have travel teams ranging from 9 years of age up to 20, some 16 travel teams. We have so many different things that we offer. If you start training with future prospects, you're going to be in a place where you can train from a young infant, or not infant rather, but from a toddler age all the way up through the pro ranks. I mean, we cater to pretty much every level because we have everything in one particular place. It's kind of like going on a cruise ship. Once you enter that resort or that cruise ship, everything that you could possibly need is right there on site for you. So that was the whole mindset behind building this facility. We have indoor clay bullpens. We have a workout training area where you can utilize all of the latest training gear and technology, from weighted vests to balance balls to heavy balls to a lot of different training devices that we have on the shelves there that are for use for any member that comes in. And then we obviously have the batting machines that throw up to 90 miles an hour, and we have softball machines too, and that's another market I really want to emphasize, and I don't want the ladies out there to be misconstrued that this is just a baseball facility. Softball is equally as large in the valley here. It's a tremendous growing sport, and the women are really into it, and we have batting machines that also throw softballs.
Which is harder to hit.
Well, they do tend to have a little bit more movement and a variety of pitches and things of that nature that can make it very difficult. But, we're very, very happy that we have the size and the versatility to also serve the softball community as well.
Can I say that having children, your equipment area for sale?
Yes.
Your prices are ridiculously low.
Yeah. We have a pro shop inside of our facility as well. where we sell a lot of different, training devices. We have gloves, we have batting gloves, we have helmets, but we also have cleats and turf shoes as well. And we do also have apparel, shirts and sweat jackets and things of that nature. And yes, we do have some extremely amazing low prices.
I saw tennis shoes in there that I really, really want.
Yeah.
That I swear at least $20 cheaper than I'm somewhere else where I saw them here in town.
Yeah, no, I would even go probably lower than that. I have been blessed and fortunate enough to have built some really good relationships with some of the Nike and Adidas and things of those nature, companies of that magnitude. And from my playing days, building those relationships has served me well now, because I've been able to get some really favorable pricing on a lot of the gear and equipment that we sell at our pro shop. Also, another thing about our facility, too, that is quite different than a lot of other facilities out there, is that we have a really nice reception area for parents. I mean, when you were in there, we've got flat screen TVs, we have Wi-Fi access. We have
snack
area with sodas and snacks for the kids and things of that nature. And, it's a really, really nice reception area. If you are a parent of a kid who doesn't want you back there watching them do whatever it is they're doing back in the training area, you have the opportunity to sit down on a nice leather chair and get on your computer and do some computer work or make some phone calls or just listen to some nice music or watch some of the sporting events that we have on at the facility. There's just so many different things there that accommodate the majority of people that come. I mean, not to mention that we're directly across the street from Costco as well. So if you need to get
a little
shopping and in between,
really
you have that.
Easy access to there.
Yeah.
Right off of Shaw Avenue. What's the easiest way to get there, Charles?
I'm not from the Fresno area.
It's right behind the Costco, next to the gun range.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I think is very, very unique and favorable about the location is that we're right off the freeway. I know, having traveled down through here in Fresno and going to a lot of different areas, there's a lot of stoplights in the city of Fresno. There's a lot of traffic during the rush hours. So having access to that freeway and being able to get on there and cut your commute time down is really important, I think, for the people that live over in the Clovis area that are a little bit further away. I've traveled to the Clovis area quite a bit, and the commute from, let's say Buchanan High School, getting on the freeway on the 168 onto the 180 and then onto the 99 is less than a 12-minute commute from that location. So it's not as far as I think some of the people over in Clovis may think it is. It's easy access because you're driving on the freeway, you're getting off the freeway, and once you get off the freeway, we're right there to your left. So it's in a pretty
state-of-the-art facility.
That's brand new. Come see
there.
It. Yeah.
You guys are open tomorrow, right?
We're open pretty much every day. We're open 7 days a week. Throughout the week, we're open from 3 p.m. up until 9 p.m. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, we're open from 12 to 5.
I tell you what, I promised my little girl I'm going to take her out tomorrow.
Bring her over.
I'm going to bring her over. And
yes, absolutely. We'll take good care of you.
Charles Scott,
right, Chuck,
always good to see you, buddy.
My pleasure, my friend.
Future prospects, go check him out. Behind Costco office, Shaw. Always good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for sponsoring the Buzz, too. I appreciate you.
Love it.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stick around.
All right.